Good morning and welcome to day 2 of the Security Watch India conference here on the 10th of December 2009 at the Hotel Lalit. With me is Mr. David Evans, Chief Executive Officer of Global Aware International. Welcome to India.
Thank you very much indeed. It's a pleasure to be here.
David, given your enthusiasm and your passion for the security sector, having worked up the security sector in the UK and with your amazing and very rich experience, we'd like to know what is Global Aware International all about and what are the services that you can provide for in India?
Well, it really comes from 30 years of policing in London, and after 30 years I saw some things that went very well indeed, and on occasions perhaps things that we might have improved on. Some 6 years ago formed a company that perhaps could learn and benefit from the things over the last 30 years, and they were counter-terrorist solutions of many different areas, but to now provide areas within aviation, utilities, financial, mass transit, etc. We've developed a software application that integrates all types of hazards and all types of events, such as CBRN, bomb threat response, monitors hostile reconnaissance, crime trends, and those type of risks that a large organisation would like to cater for. And what we've developed is something that's actually quite unique, and we feel at the moment we're standalone in the workplace on an international basis. And with a footprint in 112 countries now, we've shown we can integrate many different types of resource and protect the assets and the brands of those particular companies.
Excellent. So what kind of sectors are you looking for in India? Would you have like a wish list of sectors that you could cater to first?
Yes, very much indeed. Mass transit, energy, utilities, financial districts and mass transit. Very much our focal point. Having said that, we enjoy a very rich and diverse set of companies that we service on an international basis. So therefore no one's excluded, it's fair to say, but those are the main criteria.
Coming to mass transit, the Indian Railways are one of the largest railway networks in the world, and they move about 3 to 7 million passengers a day. Now, to guard, railway stock, rolling stock, railway lines across Naxal-infested areas, there was an incident where about a month and a half back they blew up the train tracks and the entire train derailed in central and eastern India. How do we go about ensuring that such remote locations can also be policed or monitored in some way or the other? Is that possible?
I think there are many challenges in a layered security response. First of all, we need to look at crime trend analysis, and if things are being there is reconnaissance going on at different areas within the tracks, and when you look at the dynamics of attacks around the world, and Mumbai was a very good example. They changed dynamics on both separate attacks. Once was a more confined area and the other one was more spacious area, and so first of all we must look at the dynamics. So if we input those dynamics into our software, it will actually show the supervisors and directors of the railway exactly where it's more likely to happen than not. And then when you do have incidents, you can then put historical information into that software format, which will then feed back where you need to be for the next stage. So it's a layered approach which is very thorough.
Okay. So now let's discuss 2611. One of the stories that does not emerge out of 2611 or has not been highlighted appropriately, I guess, is the fact that they attacked the CST station, which was earlier the Bombay Victoria Terminus station, now the Mumbai CST station. And I think a huge amount of casualties happened over there, but mostly it's the hotels that get all the attention, where the other casualties took place. Now, how can we, monitor an area like the CST station where you have so many passengers coming from so many entry points, alighting from so many various different trains which could be coming from anywhere in India? For example, a terrorist could get onto one of those trains in a village and reach Mumbai the next day and open fire on the station.
Exactly right, and there are some approaches. There's behavioural profiling training that we institute, but let's be very honest about this. There are occasions when you can only do so much. And we can't pretend at Global Aware International we have all the answers. What we do have is some intriguing and cost-effective measures in which to try and put in place the best preventions possible. I think it's fair to say I've had that conversation in other countries, and we have to be aware that our open spaces, our public arenas are probably the most vulnerable and therefore the easiest to penetrate. So that there lies the answer. We cannot prevent everything, but we've got some systems that will certainly help.
Sure. You were talking about behavioral profiling.
Yes.
Now this is being discussed about, and especially in India, we are trying to adopt it in various places and various means. Could you tell us what this is all about, and how can we actually detect the abnormal or deviant behavior of a person who could be doing hostile reconnaissance or could be about to strike?
Yeah, and this comes from our background in that 30 years of policing. Because of the Metropolitan Police had, shall we say, a rich experience of our own problems, and from those own problems, it expanded to other regions in the world. We then started to speak to people from the likes of Israel, Turkey, America, about where they felt a overall persona was calculated. And it wouldn't necessarily be from the race, colour or creed, it would be from behaviour. And from that we've formulated what we think and what has been proven by clients to be a very strong set of generics that assists with this type of integration. So security officers, your station staff and police officers have a far better grasp of what they should be looking for and what is being carried at any one time. And it has helped very much in the transit authorities in other parts of the world. And what we'd like to do is transfer that, if we may, to this region.
Great. What are the systems that you can integrate for, say, railways or airport security?
Very much there is the training aspect and the software. Software is all-encompassing, and it will always be written, I might add, to be customised for that particular railway authority. This is a very important point, because what we would put perhaps in for Transport for London or the New Jersey Railway in New York would likely to be very, very different for anywhere in this region. So it's very important to go and speak with those people at Mass Transit here and see exactly where we are, to survey what they have, then come to the table and say, this is the offering that we suggest.